Today I am talking about the 5 requirements you must have if you want to work remotely for companies in the US or UK or Europe, Canada, but you live in Africa or Asia or any other part of the world. You know, those opportunities are really there. Remote jobs are there, and they are even becoming more and more abundant in the system. But the truth is, what are the requirements? What do you need to have before you qualify to actually work remotely? So I'll be going deeper into the 5 requirements you must have before. But let me let you know this. The most important among them is the 5th one. And I've had to put it at the 5th position because I have to prepare the grounds for the last one, and you need to have the basic requirements, which are from the 1st to the 4th, before you will have the 5th one, which is the most important among all of them. So it is in your own interest to watch this video to the end to understand the full picture I am trying to paint here, because if you don't watch it to the end, you may not be able to get the full picture of whatever I'm trying to put across. The first thing that you need in order to work remotely is you must have a dollar bank account. So for example, if you are in Ghana and you want to work for companies in the US, the companies are going to pay you in US dollars. If the companies are in UK or wherever that you are, they are going to pay you in international currency, and most of them is US dollars they'll pay you. Even if it is not US dollars and it is in any other currency, they will still pay you in that particular currency. So, but the most popular of them all is the US dollars. That is why I am recommending you to get a US dollar account. Now, if you get a US dollar account, that is one of the first steps. And the requirement for getting a US dollar account in Ghana is you must have a minimum of $100. And some of you may be saying, hey, $100 is too much for me to get. But what you need to know is that you can organize the $100, go create the account, deposit the money, and the following day you go and withdraw it again. They are saying at the point of creating the account you must have the $100, but that doesn't mean that it must be sitting there. After creating the account, you can withdraw the money at a different branch later, or even this following day you can come back to that same branch and withdraw the money. So that's the first thing that you need to do. You can create a dollar account. You need a dollar account. If you don't have a dollar account, you cannot receive foreign payments in US dollars. There are some other ways you can receive money and they will send it, and you can go and receive it in your local currency. But the truth is that most of them, if it is actually employment, they are going to pay you salary and you are going to be receiving. It will be better for you to have a US dollar account, because they can't continue to pay through it's very complicated processes where they cannot pay directly to your US dollar account. Even you will be cheated, because most of the companies or most of the banks, that's what I want to say, most of the financial institutions, if you don't have a US dollar account and they are going to receive the money in US dollars and exchange it for you, they will cheat you. So if you have a US dollar account, it's for your own good. That's the first thing. Number 2, you need a PayPal account. And for the PayPal account, you need it because most companies or institutions can easily pay money to your PayPal account, though it differs. Even the US dollar account I am talking about, some may require you to have the US dollar account in your own country. Some may require you to have a PayPal. Some may even require you to have Payoneer. For Payoneer is a financial institution that's in the US, and they are connected. They can pay you through Payoneer, and Payoneer will always receive the money and transfer it to your local bank account in whichever currency you want. So some may require you to have the bank account, and then some may also require you to have PayPal. Some may also require you to have Payoneer. But the most important thing is having a US dollar account and also having a PayPal account. These are 2 most important things. So this is it. Before I continue, please subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and like this video. At the end of the video, I've also left links in the description that you can follow to contact me if you need further help. I'll be telling you more of what I'm going to do for you. Okay, so we go to the 3rd one. The 3rd most important thing that you need if you want to work remotely online is having a very stable and fast internet connection. Most of you want to work online, but you don't have very good connection. You have very poor connection, and it is not going to help you. if you have that type of internet connection where it will take you 3 minutes to load a web page, and you'll be loading and it's taking a lot of time, any little a few minutes you are having a disconnection and you have to try connecting again and all that, it is not going to help you. In Ghana, as an example, during the time there was the undersea internet cables being cut, some people lost their jobs because I know someone who was working for a European company. Okay, the person was taking about £3,000, and that particular day that there was an internet problem and he didn't work for that day, then the following day too it continued, he couldn't work. By the third day, when they reached out to him, he explained to them that they had an internet problem in Ghana and he couldn't do anything. They said they would not understand him, so they terminated his contract, so he lost the job, of which he was taking very huge amount of money while living in Ghana. So you can imagine, just because of internet connection and you are not able to go to work or do the work for just one day, they couldn't take any excuse from him. Even when the thing was a national problem he couldn't control, they still didn't take any excuse. So if you want to work for remote companies, you must have a very stable internet connection, so that anytime you are doing the work they have given you to do, you'll be able to complete within time. You'll be very fast enough. The internet will be very fast for you to be able to complete the task within schedule, and that will actually help you. So you need very stable internet connection. The fourth one I'm talking about is what? Having a very fast computer. Okay, so those of you have certain computers, but the problem that is with your computer is that it is not fast, it's so slow. Some of you, your computer, even rebooting it alone, it can take you 5 minutes for it to come on back to the initial interface. So you see, it's not going to help you if you have that kind of computer, because most of the foreign works, you may have some of them that are going to be Zoom meetings. You will have to have Zoom meeting. Even as you're going to talk to people, they are going to interview you online. How is it going to help if you are doing a Zoom meeting, then your computer is so slow, they cannot even see you very well, and it gets more or less like the poor internet connection I was talking about. Those two are most of the biggest issues for those living in Africa, because you may have good internet connection but your device is slow, and then you are trying to open a web browser and it says device not responding. You try again, device not responding. Close it, then you close it and you try to open again and it says device not responding. If you are that type, or if you are in that situation, you are going to suffer a lot, because if your device is not very fast and effective, and it will take you a very long time to always get simple things that should be done in within 30 seconds, you are using 2 or 3 minutes to do it. It is not going to help, and it is going to delay the work. Some of them are going to do that. If it is a Zoom meeting or on an online meeting or something you have to do within time, it is going to, most of the time, you will always be behind time, and it's not going to help you. So you must have a very good device. And those of you who want to buy a computer but you don't know who has quality computers to sell to you, I have someone who sells very quality computers. I bought one from him, and it's very durable and very good. I have the latest computer I'm using is from that particular person, and it's a computer that the battery can last for 12 hours. When I bought it initially, the battery could last for 12 hours, but even as of now, even as I speak to you, the battery can still last for 6 hours, and that is still good. So I mean that not just the battery lasting for long, but it's durable, the speed is good. I've used it for more than a year, but the speed is the same way it is when I bought it. So you get a very good computer with very good RAM, like 16 gigabyte RAM, which the speed can be so good that whether the person is in New York or the person is in San Francisco, the person is in Los Angeles, the person is in London, or the person is in India, the person, when you are having meetings with them, they will not look down on you because your laptop is so slow. But your laptop will be so good that whatever you are doing, you can do it within time, and it will be fast as much as possible. As a matter of fact, most of the things, later on I'll talk about the skills that you need, and most of the skills that you need and the work you will even be doing, if you don't have a very good computer, you cannot do it. So you need a very good and very effective computer that can respond fast and will help you to be able to finish your work in this schedule. The fifth and the most important of them all is the skill. The skill, you must have a skill. If you have all the above that I mentioned, all the four that I mentioned previously, like if you have a PayPal account, you have a US dollar bank account, you have a computer, a very good computer, you have very stable internet connection, and you don't have, if you have all that but you don't have a skill, then you will not be able to get any remote work, because they are not going to pay you because you have all those requirements, but they're going to pay you because you are providing a service, and that is a skill that you can do something. So what are the skills? Remote jobs have been growing largely and they have been expanding, but if you don't have any of those skills that require you to work remotely, then you will not be able to get a remote job. So what are the skills that you need? There are some skills I'm going to mention. If you have any of them, that's fine. If you don't have, what you need to do is to what? Go through a training, go through a course, just learn and be able to practice and have experience. And for most of them, they normally have three major categories. They have the entry level. The entry level, you don't need much experience. Most of them, you will not need much experience. And then we need those that have the experience, like those within 2 to 5 years experience. They are in the second category. And we have the third category. Those are the senior level staff who are having an experience of more than 5 years, between 5 and 10 years and above. So those ones, you have that one, the pay is even very high. But what I want you to know is that it is not about whether you are even more experienced or not having this experience. You must have the skill in the first place before you will even be able to determine, or before they will even consider whether you have the experience or not. So what are the skills they are looking for? The number one skill they are looking for, which you can easily have, is what? Social media management. For social media management, we have people, their job is to sit down and post things on people's pages for them, monitor and respond to comments and all that. That is social media management. That is one of the skills. Another one I'll talk about is what? Web development. What people who develop website, they can code and design a website from scratch. So they can develop a website or an app. So web or app development. So web or app development. That is the second one I'm talking about. The third one, it could be video editing or graphic designing skills. So you must have skills relating to video or graphic designing. And all these skills are even related to social media. If you have social media or graphic designing skills, it will help a lot of companies that are looking for social media manager. Yeah, so even your work as a social media manager, there are some of the companies you may have to do video editing and graphic designing in addition. So those are skills that you need. Then the next one I'll talk about is UI or UX designer. So that is the user interface. So most of the website that you see, or all website, you see that when you open, it has a certain interface that looks appealing and nice. Those people who design those ones are what we call user interface designer. That is UI, or sometimes you may see UX. UX means user experience. So if you have that skill, and that skill is also related to what the graphic designer. If you know how to design UX or UI, that is, some companies are specifically into that. Maybe they do web development, and they have someone who specifically design the interfaces of the website or the apps. So you can also specifically be designing those things. You can get a job where you are doing those one. Then the next one I'll talk about under the skills, we have what? Data entry. Those that are into data entry. So there are some people, they are employed to enter data or to analyze data or to use the data to at least to draw certain graphs or to plot certain graphs for them to analyze and achieve something. We also have security experts. We have cyber security expert or general security. When I talk about cyber security relates to those who look at security in the cyberspace to make sure that they are not hacking the company's computers, or no intruder is doing something against the company's policies or trying to steal some information. So that is cyber security. Then we can talk about general security, where there are some people that are in Africa, but they are connected online and they are watching things that are happening to the US for a certain company. So the person can be in Africa, but he is a security worker working for a certain company that is in the US. through the internet. So the person is sitting and watching on the computer, and anyone that is trying to do anything against the company's law, or if there is a thief trying to steal something, they can easily see him and prompt others, and they will quickly be able to arrest the person or the criminal. So that is another area that you need. So you can have security, you can know how to design website, and you can know how to do graphic design and video editing. There are many more of them. You have to search online and know them. You can be a language interpreter, interpreting languages for a certain embassy or a certain company that are into language translation and all that. So there are many of them as much as possible. You can search for them, you can know them. In my subsequent video, in the next video that I will do, or in my upcoming videos, I will do one video that will involve a step-by-step process where you will be able to follow it and actually apply for some remote jobs. So subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and like this video, so that when I upload that video, you'll be among the first people who see it, and it will actually help you. Thank you so much once again, and see you in the